Hey, what's up everybody? So today's video is going to be about Trippie Redd, OrlandoBrown, and DaBaby, because OrlandoBrown responded to me again and DaBaby responded to me as well, and he basically admitted that he's Mekhi Phifer. And as you guys know, I made a video 4 months ago exposing him because his base character is Mekhi Phifer. So we're going to talk about DaBaby in the second half of this video, so make sure you guys watch this video all the way to the end. But for the beginning of this video, let's talk about OrlandoBrown's response, because as you guys know, I've exposed OrlandoBrown like 7 times because his other character is Trippie Redd. And recently, a month ago, I exposed his base character, which is LL Cool J. So I highly recommend you guys check out this video. I have a playlist with all of my Trippie Redd and OrlandoBrown videos, so that link is going to be in the description below. But out of all those videos, I highly recommend you guys check out this one because I talked about LL Cool J. And I feel like including him is very necessary because he looks exactly like Trippie Redd and OrlandoBrown. But anyways, the only reason I'm even talking about OrlandoBrown again is because he responded to me again in his new interview. So before I show you guys the video of him responding, let's go through the timeline of both of these characters responding to me, because as you guys know, Trippie Redd has also responded to me as well. So the first time he responded to me was last year after I made my first video about them. And he basically responded a couple days after I made that video, and he posted a video of OrlandoBrown and he was laughing at OrlandoBrown. So I'll play that clip for you guys right now.
Muff is tagging me, talk about OrlandoBrown look like me with no face tats. And all I could think is like, if I only like that look like me, like, what make y'all think I wanted that look like OrlandoBrown? Yeah. Hold on, if I really look like him, this is gonna determine right here. I got God! I'm off your property! I'm off your property! I'm off your property!
That's on the bloodiest beat I could find. Blood on bloods. You got me up. Shut up. I don't want to hear that. Ooh, read 75 for 2 for 5.
And then shortly after that, OrlandoBrown responded to me in my comment section of the first video that I made about him. So I made a video about that, and this is part of his response. You know, the paragraph that he commented was way longer than this. So if you guys want to read his whole comment, go watch this video right here, because I broke down his entire comment and why everything he was saying was wrong. And he was basically trying to steer everybody away from the fact that his other character is Trippie Redd. You know, he actually tried denying it in this comment. But anyways, moving along. Shortly after that, Trippie Redd responded again on Instagram Live, and he admitted he's OrlandoBrown. So I'll play a small clip of that for you guys right now.
Look at OrlandoBrown in the flesh. It's the OrlandoBrown dog right here. Say what's up, OrlandoBrown Jr.
Say what's up. Hey, say hi. Say hi.
So then after that situation, nothing really happened for a couple months until OrlandoBrown posted this video, and he said that he wants to do a song with Trippie Redd, and he said that he has more bars than Trippie Redd or something like that. So I posted this video because he was clearly doing damage control, and that's what I said in my caption. I said OrlandoBrown is doing damage control, and I didn't even mention Trippie Redd in my caption, but yet Trippie Redd responded in the comments of this video on my Instagram. As you guys can see at the bottom, Trippie Redd said, "This is not me." Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, by the way. The link to my Instagram is in the description below. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because in this video that I posted on my Instagram of OrlandoBrown, what he was saying in this video is very similar to what OrlandoBrown said a couple days ago when he responded to me. So I'm gonna play OrlandoBrown's new response right now, and then I'll play this video right after it so that you guys can see that he's basically saying the same thing in his new response. So here's the videos.
I was doing some research. I ran across something that happened a while ago. And, you know, people started saying that you and Trippie Redd looked alike.
Okay.
To the point to where even now some people think that you are Trippie Redd.
Oh, okay. I think he's, I think he should come with bars.
Trippie Redd don't have no bars.
If he's Orlando, come with bars. Or if he's Orlando, do the feature. I ain't finna do the feature. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up?
Anybody ever mistaken you for him?
Hell no. I'm Orlando Brown. Hell no. That's out of here. Nah. Where the bars at? Where the bars at? I just want to hear the bars, man. Where the bars at? Like I said, he talented for, his lane and shit, but nah, man. I want to hear the bars.
I heard that Trippie Redd is looking for somebody to feature on his album. He's looking for somebody to feature on his album. I ain't scared of no mic. I ain't scared of no mic now. All right? All right, Trippie? Okay? You a talented writer, brother. Okay? You got it. You got it popping. Let's go. Stop playing now. Stop playing now. I want to meet your OrlandoBrown dog. Okay? Let's get it popping, man. Hey, if y'all think this would be dope, man, me and Trippie getting together, man, and doing this, man, y'all, tag Trippie. See what's up. See what's going down. Okay? With the Trippie Redd and OrlandoBrown. Right? Yeah. That part. I ain't scared of no mic, bro.
So what I find weird about this new response that OrlandoBrown did is the fact that the interviewer is the one that brought it up this time. And notice how he didn't bring up my name, but he did say that he was doing research on YouTube and he found videos showing that OrlandoBrown is Trippie Redd. And notice how instantly OrlandoBrown tried changing the subject, and he tried talking about how he has more bars than Trippie Redd and he wants to do a song with Trippie Redd. And I find that very strange because he never actually answered the question. He never actually denied if he's Trippie Redd or not. So he basically jumped around the question and he talked about how he wants to go bar for bar with Trippie Redd. And if you guys notice, what he said in that video was very similar to the other video that I posted on my Instagram, the one where Trippie Redd responded in the comments. So that just shows that he's really trying to jump around the question. From now on, I really want to put it out there that LL Cool J is OrlandoBrown and Trippie Redd. LL Cool J and OrlandoBrown look exactly alike right here. So I really want to put that message out there so that OrlandoBrown and Trippie Redd can respond to that instead, because they've responded about each other so many times now. But now I really want them to respond to me about this, because this is way deeper. LL Cool J is a way older rapper, so this needs to be talked about more than Trippie Redd and OrlandoBrown. So here's some more comparisons of LL Cool J and OrlandoBrown so that you guys can see how much they look alike. Right here, you guys can see they have the same exact head shape. And the fact that OrlandoBrown and Trippie Redd keep responding to me really shows that I exposed something that they didn't want me to expose. You know what I mean? Like, I touched on something that was too deep and they don't like that. So I don't care if I have to keep exposing them. I will, because every time I expose them, we're getting closer and closer to bringing more awareness to people that don't know about this. And it's just good to see that overall that my videos are making a huge impact, and that's why he has to keep responding, to keep doing damage control and trying to stop people from being aware of this. So shout out to everybody that shares my videos, because this really needs to get out there. And we already put it out there enough that OrlandoBrown is Trippie Redd. So now I want you guys to share my video of LL Cool J being OrlandoBrown and Trippie Redd, because that's way deeper. As you guys can see, LL Cool J looks exactly like Trippie Redd right here, and it's completely undeniable. Their noses are exactly the same, their eyes are the same, their mouth is the same, and the head shape is the same. And same thing with OrlandoBrown. They all have those same eyes. And right here, they look extremely similar. The only difference is Trippie Redd has longer hair. But other than that, I'm sure you guys can see the resemblance. And also it's kind of ironic that LL Cool J used to always wear these red hats, and now his new character is Trippie Redd, and he's always wearing red again. So that's a funny connection right there. So yeah, I just really wanted to talk about that because I feel like we've brought enough attention to OrlandoBrown and Trippie Redd. As you guys can see, you know, they look exactly alike. They have the same eyes and teeth right here. So I just really wanted to bring more awareness to the fact that their base character is LL Cool J. So again, if you guys want to watch my videos about Cool J and OrlandoBrown and Trippie Redd, I have a playlist linked in the description below, because I don't want to spend too much time on this because I already talked about them so much. So last thing I want to mention about Trippie Redd and OrlandoBrown before we get into the DaBaby section of this video, I want to show you guys some more gematria that I found. And also I noticed something strange. So as you guys know, I made this video 3 months ago when Trippie Redd commented on my video, and I named it Trippie Redd and Moneybagg Yo responded to Conscious X, because Moneybagg Yo also responded to me as well. You know, I made a video exposing his base character, which is Reggie Hayes, also known as William from the show Girlfriends. As you guys can see, he posted my video on his Instagram after I exposed him, and then he even DM'd me on Instagram and he said, "I love this," and he was referring to my video that I made about him. So that was really creepy to me, the fact that he went out of his way to DM me about this. But the reason I bring this up is because I made that video 3 months ago, and then 2 months later, Trippie Redd and Moneybagg Yo dropped a song together. So that was kind of ironic, you know what I mean? Like, both of these characters responded to me around the same time, so I made a video about it. And then 2 months later, they end up having a song together. So that was a very weird situation. But anyways, let's get into the gematria, because as you guys can see, the name of this song is Big 14. And 14 is a number that Trippie Redd loves to use. You know, he always calls himself Big 14 and 1400 and stuff like that. So he uses the number 14 a lot. And I talk about the number 14 a lot because Dead equals 14 in 2 ciphers. And then Trippie and Death Hoax both equal 41 in the same cipher. And 41 is basically 14 in reverse. So I'm bringing this up because Trippie Redd has many connections to death. As you guys can see, Trippie and Homicide have the same gematria. They both equal 48 and 42 in the same ciphers. And as you guys know, I made a video about X 5 months ago. Make sure you guys go check that out, by the way. The link is in the description below. And I bring him up because he's heavily connected to Trippie Redd, because he died on Trippie Redd's birthday. As you guys can see, Trippie Redd was born June 18th, and X died on June 18th, 2018. So Trippie Redd is heavily connected to death, and although it is possible that they might fake Trippie Redd's death, I don't think they will, because sometimes when characters are connected to death so much like this, it's because people around them are gonna die. So this right here shows me that a lot of people around Trippie Redd are gonna die, and we've already seen 2 big ones. You know, X was the first one, and then Juice WRLD died the year after. And Juice WRLD was heavily connected to Trippie Redd because they have many songs together. And as you guys can see, Trippie Redd was born in 1999, and Juice WRLD always used to use 999. So that shows that Trippie Redd is heavily connected to a lot of death. So his entire birthday is connected to 2 death fakers. And I'm going to make a whole video breaking that down. You know, all of the gematria with Trippie Redd, Juice WRLD, and X. So stay tuned for that video. But to sum it all up, my main point here is that the reason Trippie Redd is connected to death so much is because a lot of people around him are going to fake their death. And we've already seen that with 2 big characters. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again with another person that's around Trippie Redd. So the reason why his birthday is June 18th and X died on June 18th is because die equals 18 in gematria in 3 different ciphers. And ever since I found out about Trippie Redd, I've always wondered why his name was spelled like this, because he spelled Trippy with an I and an E, and then he has 2 D's in red. So I always thought it was weird that he spelled his name like that, and I never understood why, because I didn't know gematria at the time when I first found Trippie Redd. But now that I know about gematria, it's pretty obvious why he spelled his name like that, because it matches up with OrlandoBrown. So as you guys can see, OrlandoBrown and Trippie Redd both equal 173 and 65 in the same ciphers. And then Brown and Redd both equal 72 and 27 in the same cipher. And also LL Cool J matches up perfectly with Orlando. They both equal 79, 110, and 38 in the same ciphers. So like I said, hopefully the next time OrlandoBrown and Trippie Redd respond to me, they respond to this, because I really want them to respond to the fact that I'm exposing them for being LL Cool J, because that's a way deeper topic that we should be talking about. So moving along, Murder and Orlando have the same gematria. They both equal 79, 34, and 38. And also X has a song called Orlando on the same album that he featured Trippie Redd on. So that was another big connection to the fact that Trippie is Orlando. But anyways, moving along, I found some new connections with OrlandoBrown and Disney Channel, because as you guys know, OrlandoBrown got famous by acting on That's So Raven on Disney Channel. So this shows that his character is extremely scripted, because OrlandoBrown and Disney Channel have the same gematria in 2 ciphers. They both equal 61 and 65. And OrlandoBrown was in that show That's So Raven with Raven-Symoné. So again, this shows that he was scripted to be in that show with her, because both of their names match up perfectly. They both equal 151 in the same cipher, and then Raven equals 56, and OrlandoBrown is 65, which is the same number in reverse. And last but not least, the last connection in gematria is Murder, Orlando, and LL Cool J. As you guys can see, all 3 of these words equal 79 and 38 in the same cipher. So for sure, one of these characters is going to fake their death, either LL Cool J, OrlandoBrown, or Trippie Redd. But like I explained to you guys earlier, I don't think Trippie Redd is going to fake his death yet, because his agenda is mainly for people to die around him. But as far as OrlandoBrown and Cool J, I'm sure one of them is going to fake their death soon. So now let's move into the DaBaby segment of this video. And it's interesting that this video is about Trippie Redd and DaBaby, because ironically they both have a song called Death. And the reason for that is because a lot of death keeps happening around them. Like I said, XXXTentacion and Juice WRLD were big deaths that happened around Trippie Redd. And the same thing with DaBaby. You know, his father died and then his brother died back to back. So he's had a lot of deaths surrounding him as well. So that's why they have a song called Death. You know, I don't think these 2 characters are going to fake their deaths just yet, because they still have to push a big agenda. But for sure, their other characters are going to fake their death. So in this case, Mekhi Phifer is most likely going to fake his death, because there's a lot of gematria connecting him to death as well. But before we get into the gematria connections, let's look at some comparisons of Mekhi Phifer and DaBaby. As you guys know, I exposed him 4 months ago, and as you guys can see, they look exactly alike in this picture right here. So here's some more comparisons of DaBaby and Mekhi. And what really gets me about these characters is that they have the exact same smile. You know, both of these characters are known for their big, wide, cheesy smile. So that gives it away the most with this one. But other than that, you can still see they have the same exact round head shape. And they have the same dimples as well. And their teeth are exactly the same as well. So this one is very easy to see. And here's a good screenshot of their teeth, so you guys can see they have the same exact teeth. So yeah, this one is pretty self-explanatory. Go watch my video about this if you haven't. So I made this video 4 months ago, and a couple days ago, DaBaby posted a video of him reenacting a scene from Mekhi Phifer's movie Paid in Full. And Mekhi Phifer dies in that movie, which is another big connection that he might fake his death. So here's the video that he posted. And keep in mind that I had to change the audio of the video because YouTube kept copyrighting it. So if you guys want to hear the full version, go follow me on Instagram and look at my recent post, because I posted the actual full video on my Instagram where it can get copyrighted. So that's where you guys can check that out. And I also find it weird that DaBaby deleted the video shortly after he posted it. That really shows that it was a direct response to my video. Because what are the chances, you guys? Like, really sit down and think about this. What are the chances that I exposed DaBaby for being Mekhi Phifer, right? And then 4 months later, he makes a video reenacting one of Mekhi Phifer's most famous scenes in his movie Paid in Full. So that's definitely not a coincidence. He's clearly responding to my video. You know, it's obvious that he watched my video and he got mad, so he's trying to do damage control. So shout out to everybody that sent me that video, because I didn't even know about it. So here's the video.
I'm about to be on some real murder. I'm telling you, man. that ever looked at me wrong owes me money or ever said any jealous bullshit about me is dead. You understand what I'm saying? They're dead, man. I don't give a fuck about nothing, man. I need my little man back, B. I need him back, man.
So that video of DaBaby in the car was a reenactment of a scene that Mekhi Phifer did in the movie Paid in Full. So he made a direct reference to Mekhi Phifer right after my video. So DaBaby put it right in our face by doing that. And also another big connection with this movie, Mekhi Phifer's brother died in this movie. And that's a big connection to DaBaby because DaBaby's brother died. And then another big connection that I found with this movie, as you guys can see, Camron is right here on the left. He was also one of the main actors in this movie. And ironically, there's a video of him talking about DaBaby. So here's the video.
Me taking a chance and not giving a f what nobody say, that's what's going on. Like the more outlandish it is, the more regular it is right now. You know, niggas like, yo, Cam, you wearing pink. How this gonna wear pink fur? That is whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for instance, you know who I really like, and I'm giving an example of kind of my situation, but it's not his situation, but for instance, like I never met him, I'm just saying I like his music, DaBaby, right? So I fuck with his music. The was wearing a pamper one time, you know what I'm saying? But he got your attention with that. Now he's nice and with him. You ain't seen the pamper since.
Nope.
You get what I'm saying? He did what he had to do. Not saying I wear pamper, but I wouldn't. No, I'm just saying.
I got you.
But I understand he did what he had to do.
Shock the world.
Right.
So now you could listen to me. You
That's
know
right.
how hard it is to stand out when you good and it's a bunch of good around?
Alright, so that was the video. And like I said, I had to change the audio a little bit. So if you guys want to see the full version, go to my Instagram. The link is in the description below. But anyways, let's finish off this video with some more gematria connections between DaBaby and Mekhi Phifer. So the first major connection is the fact that DaBaby was born December 22nd and Mekhi Phifer was born December 29th. So their birthdays are literally only 7 days apart. That's a major connection right there. You know, they were both born in December. And then DaBaby is 6 letters and Phifer is 6 letters as well. Alright, so DaBaby's full name is Jonathan Lindale Kirk. And his middle name, Lindale, matches up perfectly with Mekhi. So they both equal 28 in the full reduction cipher. And now let's get into all of the death connections that I found surrounding DaBaby and Mekhi Phifer. So DaBaby's first name is Jonathan, and it matches up with death in the same cipher. Jonathan equals 83, and death equals 38. And then Kill and DaBaby both equal 17 in the same cipher. And then Kill and Phifer both equal 28. And then Kill equals 44, and Phifer equals 44. And then DaBaby was born December 22nd, right? And dead equals 22. And died equals 22 in 2 different ciphers as well. And then his last name is Kirk, and that was also the name of his album. And Kirk and died both equal 22 in the same cipher, and then Kirk equals 32 and died equals 23. So right here it says that DaBaby's father passed away in 2019, right? And dies equals 19. And then it says the next year in 2020, DaBaby's brother Glenn Johnson took his own life at the age of 34. And murder equals 34 as well. I forgot to add it in here, but that's another connection right there. And then Glenn and death have the same gematria in 2 different ciphers. They both equal 38 and 20. And then DaBaby was born in December, which is the 12th month, right? So I found it interesting that baby equals 12. You know, that really shows how scripted this character is. DaBaby recently did a music video where he's crucified on this cross, right? So this is another big death reference because the cross symbolizes death. And even in gematria, cross and killing have the same gematria. Killing and cross both equal 74 in the same cipher. And then killing equals 43 and cross equals 34. And then last but not least, Mekhi Phifer was born in 1974 and rapper equals 74. And of course his newest character, DaBaby, is a rapper, so that explains why he matches up with rapper. And also he even played Proof the Rapper in a movie with Eminem, so that's another connection, you know, the fact that he played a rapper in a movie and now his new character DaBaby is a rapper. And Proof is a death faker, so you know, the fact that Mekhi Phifer plays a death faker in a movie and then he dies in the other movie Paid in Full at the end, You know, this could all be predictive programming that he's gonna fake his death. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content that isn't allowed on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I'm out.